The water has reached right outside the Supreme Court of India. This is the entrance to the Supreme Court, and right outside you can see that there's waterlogging. You can see that the water is also dirty. This is the drain water that has entered this route. It's because of a backflow from a drain. And as the Delhi government officials and the government have been telling us, that it's because a regulator is not functioning properly, and as the entire city has seen flooding in several parts of the city, not the entire city but in several crucial parts. So a drain has had a backflow, and the Delhi government was trying to fix it. Yesterday, the Delhi Flood Minister, Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj, other officials were just around here to fix this and make sure that the water doesn't increase around the Supreme Court. But unfortunately, the water is still there. Even if they're trying to ensure that more water doesn't enter this place, there's existing water here. And since yesterday, it has only been increasing. Yesterday till the afternoon, there was no water here. But now the water is increasing. And let me show you that how close this is to the entrance of the Supreme Court. So this is the Supreme Court building right behind these trees. And the entrance of the Supreme Court is right here, where you see these cars are parked. So that's the entrance of the Supreme Court. And this is where this water is. And it's drain water, ladies and gentlemen. It's stinking here. This is not the Yamuna water, but it's water that is backflowed from, that has flown back. That has come from a drain, and because of the overflowing Yamuna river, that is naturally has had an impact on the drains of the national capital, on the sewage systems, because the Yamuna water level is increasing so high, and it was at an all-time high yesterday. So definitely the entire water system and the water disposal system in the national capital has been affected, and that's visible here because of this backflow from a drain. There's stinking water outside the Supreme Court of India, and this is something that didn't happen till yesterday, and the situation is concerning because remember, till now several key locations, key routes such as the Rajghat, the Ring Road, the Mahatma Gandhi Marg, Civil Lines, Monastery, all those areas were flooded, and they're still flooded, but they were flooded yesterday and they were shut down because of the water. But if this situation continues and if the water level keeps on rising, a question is that will it have an impact on the Supreme Court of India as well if it enters the entrance, and if the water level goes as high and goes up as rapidly as it has in the other parts that we've shown you, then could that lead to to an impact on the Supreme Court's working hours, on the Supreme Court's functioning as well, and that will be very important and very concerning for all of us as citizens, because this is the Supreme Court of India and the water is just meters away from the entrance. It's not even meters away from the entrance, actually it's on the entrance, but it has not entered the Supreme Court just yet, and fortunately it has not entered. We hope it doesn't enter and the officials are able to control the situation, but till now the situation doesn't seem to be in control, not just in Supreme Court but in the other affected areas as well. In Rajghat there's neck deep water. In Monastery and Yamuna Bazaar, we can't even talk about how high the water is because it's impossible to go there anymore. It'll definitely be beyond my height. But while there's water, that much water in those parts, that also is extremely concerning. That is submerged houses as well. But this is where the water is entering now, and we hope this is stopped just in time before it enters the Supreme Court of India. In New Delhi, with camera person Ashok Mahale, Priyanshi Sharma for NDTV.